got things deep regrets. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know the vibes, my friends. Mm. What is going on, my friends? It is your boy John Quick of the Talk That Taught That Lingo crew, where we talk that lingo very fast, like I always say. It's harder to keep money than to get it. But listen, we're going to be getting into some crazy things here today. Listen, I want to talk about some NFTs. All right. I know this is a long time coming, but I want to talk about some NFTs, what they are, uh, how much they cost, who has the NFTs, and if you should be buying NFTs. First and foremost, what I do want to say is if you are in here, make sure you drop us a like. Be sure to hit the follow button. The follow button is free. The like button is free. You don't have to have no money. And if you want to learn how to make money online or make more money by doing what you're doing, make sure you follow me on TikTok. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. If you want to keep more of the money that you earn in your paycheck, make sure you follow me. Listen, it's a lot of pages out there that you could follow, right? It's a lot of people out there who just want clout and they just want you to follow them just to follow them so they can have more followers. Literally, my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook, all of my social medias are made for you to be able to take advantage of the information and keep more money that you earn. Listen, I got a lot of people who ask me, "Oh yeah, how do I do this? You're into this, you're into that. How do you do this? How do you do that?" Follow me. Follow me. I'm telling you exactly what you need to be doing to get the money. I'm telling you exactly what you need to be doing. Now, it's up to you if you want to move forward and do these things, but trust me, in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, you're going to wish you followed me because I was telling you exactly what to do. That's the premise behind my entire social presence. My entire digital footprint is literally not taking money. I'm sorry. I misspoke. But my entire digital footprint is literally showing you how to take the money that you make and turn it into more money for yourself and your family. That's basically it. Now, I got people who watch me say what I say and do what I do. And then I ask them, "Hey, have you done it?" They'll say no. I'm like, "Well, are you just scrolling through social medias just to watch people and judge people and comment and like, but you don't actually like, you just judging?" That's the one thing that I'm really, really big on. Like, get off these social media apps if all you're going to do is watch from the sideline. Like, if all you want to do is watch from the sideline, that's cool with me. Just make sure you like and follow my shit. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not doing it so I can get more followers. I'm doing it so when I see people out in real life, they're like, "Yo, I took your advice when you said buy crypto and I bought crypto and now it's here." That is the whole purpose behind this talk show, and then my reels on Instagram, and then my TikTok videos, my YouTube videos. So if you are not following me on Facebook, if you're not following me on TikTok. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow the YouTube. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I make this content for you. Literally, I make this content for you. I don't make this content so I can go viral. I don't make this content no, I make this content so I can have an impact on your life. And when you see me in real life, you're like, yo, I did this one thing and it just worked for me. That's exactly why I'm doing this. So I even my fiance, I'm telling her all the time, listen, we like to drink Starbucks. You need to invest your money into Starbucks because you're just giving Starbucks your money. Yeah, you're taking their drinks, but you're just giving them your money. So you need to be investing in products that you use every single day. If you shop at Ross, you need to be putting money into Ross. If you shop at Old Navy, you need to be putting money into Old Navy. If you like wearing Yeezys, you need to be putting money into Adidas. If you like wearing Nikes, you need to buy Nike stock. That's huge. And it's very important, not just for me, but it's important for you. Listen, here's the thing, too. I want to address this, right? I'm not telling you something that I wouldn't do. I'm telling you things that I've already done. So if I say, yo, if you have $10, you should hit me up in the DM so you can invest it and turn it into more than $10. I'm not doing that so you can give me $10 because you're not transferring any money to me. I have no interest in taking the money from you. The interest that I do have is for you to take that money, learn some information from me or elsewhere, and apply it and make more money. Now, you can be silly enough to just be watching these videos, watching Instagram videos, watching TikTok videos, and never actually make money. That's on you. But what you need to be doing is taking heed and gathering more information so that way you can make more money off the money you already have. I know a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to buy a car, I want to apply for another credit card. Well, how are you going to have a credit card and you don't know how to make money yet? Okay, you got your job. Okay, you make money from your job. But are you investing any money in your job? I know a lot of people like, oh yeah, I got a 401k plan. Let me tell you something right now. Your 401k plan ain't going to be enough for you to retire on. That's what they tell you, a 401k plan. And you got people who work everyday jobs like myself. I even have a 401k plan, but I have multiple retirement plans. I have like 7 retirement plans. I'm not going to lie to you. I have like 7 retirement plans, and I contribute to them every single time I get paid. This is how you got to look at it, right? If you are really, really good at business, right? Let's say you own a business, right? And you are your only employee. You are the sole employee of that business, right? In order for your business to make money, you as the sole employee have to work, right? So once you begin working, you start making more money, and then thus you start hiring other employees, right? And what do those other employees do for you? They work for your business so that way your business can make more money. So it's like this. If you are making, as the sole employee, if you're making, let's say, $20,000 a year in your personal business, this is outside of your regular job. If you're making $20,000 a year in your personal business and you're the sole employee, if you hired an employee so that way it's 2 of you, yourself and then the employee that you hire, you can possibly make $50,000 because you can make the $20,000 off the employee that you have. You can focus on other things now and still make the same $20,000 that you were able to make. So let's say, okay, let's call it $40,000. You can make $20,000 from your one employee, then you can make $20,000. Now that's $40,000, right? If you were smart enough, you would take some of the $20,000 that you were earning and put it back into the business. Now you can get another employee. Now you got 2 employees plus yourself. Each of the employees are making $20,000. So that's $40,000 between the 2 employees, and you're still making your $20,000, right? So that's $60,000. $60,000. When you start making more and more money, you're like, yo, I gotta hire more employees because each of my employees make me 20 grand. So I gotta invest money into employees so they can make me another set of money. So every employee that you make, or excuse me, every employee that you hire makes you 20,000. Let's say you get to 5 employees, that's $100,000 a year that your business is you know, I was gonna say revenuing, but I ain't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even appropriate. But your business is generating 100,000 based on these 5 employees. Well, now you as the business owner can focus on other things, and you've already made the investment in these 5 people. You get what I'm saying? That's what you need to do with your dollars. You need to make your dollars employees. You need to employ your dollars, employ your money. You need to deploy your money and no, I gotta find a saying for that. You need to employ your money, and the way you do that is to deploy your money. There you go. You need to employ your money, and the way you do that is to deploy your money. Every single dollar you need to look at as an employee of yours. So if you got $10, a $10 bill, I don't even have a $10 bill. I got this $1 bill right here. This is a $1 bill. This is an employee. This is an employee. Now, as you can see, it's a $1 bill. This employee was sitting down on my desk, not doing nothing. So this is a lazy dollar right here. This dollar is being lazy. It's not doing nothing. It's just sitting here on my desk, not making me no money. What should I be doing with this dollar? Should I go to the store and spend it? No, what I should be doing with this dollar is deploying it so I can employ it. No, I need to employ it by deploying it, by putting it into something that's going to turn this $1 into $1.50, then putting that $1.50 into something that's going to turn $1.50 into $3. Take that $3, turn it into something that's going to make me $5, all from $1, all from a dollar bill. You could turn this dollar bill into $5. And then once you find a way to duplicate this guy, you rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I know a lot of people who work for their money. They work very, very hard for their money and whatever it is that they want to do. But the problem is they're not deploying their money to make them more money. You need to employ your dollars by deploying your dollars into things that are going to make you more money. I was talking to my homeboy yesterday, actually, and I just randomly called him out of the blue. Called him about some baby stuff. Many of y'all know I'm about to have a baby boy, Jeb Parker. But randomly, maybe an hour or so into the conversation, he was telling me about how he bought a vending machine. I'm like, that's incredible. I didn't even know you were doing that. And I won't disclose if he got the idea from me or if he got it from somewhere else. It doesn't even matter where he got the idea. The point is that he took his money and he employed it by deploying it. He didn't spend his money, he deployed his money. There's a big difference between spending money and deploying money. All right. What he was able to do, and I want to be very honest with y'all, he's not profitable yet. He's not profitable yet. But the whole point and the whole premise behind him getting this vending machine was so that way he can get his feet wet, learn a business, hire employees through his funds, thus creating more revenue for the money he already had. So take this dollar right here, for instance, right? If I were to take this dollar and say, put it into, I don't know, Starbucks. Let's go with Starbucks. This dollar could potentially be more than $1. But because I have this dollar sitting here on my desk, not doing anything, every single time I come back to my desk, this is only going to be $1. It's never going to be more. It could potentially be less, but it's never going to be more than $1. The best way for me to make more money off this dollar is to deploy it. Deploy it. I'm going to employ it by deploying it, by sending it somewhere where it can make me more money, even if it's $1.25. $1.25 is more than $1. And if I know I can make 25 cents off $1 every single time I put $1 in there, well, guess what? I'm going to put $1 in there every single time I get a chance to. And then if $1 can make $1.25, I wonder what $1.25 can make. It probably can make $1.75. You never know. Now, I'm sure there are many people out there who are like, oh my God, it's too risky. I don't want to do that with my money. I work too hard for my money. Well, let me ask you this. If you made $50 every day, why would you just give it away to these other companies? These million/billion-dollar companies. You're just giving your money away. I know people who say they can't invest in stocks, but they got on new Yeezys, or they got on new Nikes, or they got on new Jordans. I can't understand it. Don't get me wrong. Listen, I got a couple pair of Jordans. But like I said in the beginning of the show, I got 7 different retirement accounts. I have 7 different retirement accounts. Honestly, I probably have more than that. I'm just giving you an arbitrary number. I'm just throwing an arbitrary number out there. So I'm just letting you know. A lot of people say, oh yeah, I got a 401k plan. That's terrific. But when you retire, your 401k plan is not going to be enough money for you to retire on. I know people who are actively contributing to their 401k plans, and when they go to retire, they probably have $200,000 in their 401k plan. Let me tell you something right now. When you are, 60, 67, and you go to retire and you pull some of that money out of your retirement plan, realistically, you're going to need like $2 million. Realistically, you're going to need $2 million. That's just what it is. So if you're contributing to your 401k plan and you look into that 401k plan right now, and it's not close to 500,000, and you are in your early 30s, you're doing something wrong. You need to scale back. You need to audit yourself. You need to monitor how much money you're spending. You need to pull back on your spending, and you need to start deploying your money. You need to stop spending your money and deploying your money. I know so many people who do these arbitrary things, have so much fun in their lives. And then when you ask them how much money you got saved, they're like, oh, I don't even have a couple $100 saved. That's because every time you get paid, you spend the money before you already got it. You spend the money before you got it. My suggestion to you, and then we're going to get into NFTs. My suggestion to you, for sure, is for you to be able to open a life insurance policy. And that's where I'll leave it at. And Heidi, how you doing? Go Warriors. The Warriors are running through the Mavs right now. The Warriors are running through the Mavs. We're going to talk about basketball on Thursday, but I wanted to come on here and let some people know what NFTs are. A lot of people are very confused about what an NFT is. Most people, they've heard of NFTs and they maybe even attempted to buy an NFT, but they realized that they needed crypto to buy an NFT. Put it like this. Let's say I have, let's say I have a picture, right? I made the picture. The picture is true to me. I've made it. Nobody else can make this photo. I made it. Somebody else can take a photo of the photo, but I made the photo, right? I got a better analogy. One second. I told you I got Jordans. Listen, take this pair of Jordans right here. Nice pair of ones, fresh, crispy pair of ones. You feel me? Only wore one time on my graduation. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Take this shoe right here, right? Let's say there was only one pair of these shoes in the world, right? And you guys know which sneakers are. To to this new generation, right, where everybody is just buying sneakers. It's like you can't even go to Foot Locker and buy a pair of sneakers anymore. Like, I remember Modell's had like a 2 for $50 deal where you go to Modell's and then you just get 2 pairs of sneakers for $50. They don't have that no more. But nonetheless, let's say there was one pair of this shoe in the world, right? And everybody wanted this shoe, but there's only one pair. So only one person can own the shoe, right? But everybody who's talking about this shoe can take a photo or a screenshot of this shoe, right? But there's only really one pair. There are multiple photos of this real shoe, but there's only one real shoe, right? So I buy this real pair of shoe, right? Everybody else is taking photos of it, but I have the real shoe in my hand. It's tangible. I can feel it. I can touch it. I can see it. I can do all sorts of crazy stuff. I could throw it in dirt if I really wanted to. I could put it in a case. Anything. I could do anything with this shoe because it's a real shoe. You can smell it. Feet don't stink. Only wore it one time, like I already told y'all. I could do all types of stuff with this shoe, right? Like I said, there are people who have screenshots of this shoe, right? I go and I am just out and about and somebody with a screenshot of the shoe, because remember, everybody was talking about the shoe, right? Everybody's talking about the shoe because they have a screenshot and I have the real shoe. So I go out and about and people see me with the real shoe on. They're like, hold up, where'd you get this shoe? We got photos. Like, oh my God, we got photos of the shoe. Look at this. Like, we got photos of the shoe. How did you get the real shoe? How did you get it? And I'm like, I bought it. There's only one pair, so I bought it. So somebody with the screenshot on their phone says, well, I want to own the real pair. I don't want to just have the screenshot. How much do you want for the real pair? And I say, I want $1 million for the real pair, right? $1 million for these real shoes. Remember, everybody's talking about these shoes, one, and then everybody has a screenshot on their phone of the shoe, but they don't have the real shoe. But somebody sees me out and about and they want to buy the real shoe from me. I'm going to tell them that it's $1 million. So once I sell the shoe to that person for $1 million, now that person now owns the real pair of shoe that everybody wants, that everybody has a screenshot of. That person owns the real pair of shoes, and I have my $1 million, right? Remember, we're talking about NFTs here, okay? I have $1 million. The person who liked the shoe bought it from me for $1 million, right? Now everybody's like, the shoe sold for $1 million. The shoe sold for $1 million. Now the shoe is worth $1 million, right? So now the person who bought the shoes for $1 million, they list the shoe for $1.5 million, right? They list the shoe for $1.5 million. Remember, everybody's talking about this shoe. Everybody has a screenshot of the shoe. The guy who bought it from me for $1 million sells it to someone else for $1.5 million. Now he has $1.5 million. I have $1 million. He made $500,000 on it, right? That's basically an NFT. There's one pair of shoe. Everybody wants the shoe. And every single time it gets sold for more money than it did previously. That's what an NFT is. That's all it is. Now, imagine if this shoe were a photo. Imagine if this shoe was a phone. Imagine if this shoe was a song, a video, anything. That's what an NFT is. You confused yet? Okay, now I want to get into the second part of this. If you are confused by this arbitrary definition of an NFT, you shouldn't be buying NFTs. You shouldn't even concern yourself with NFTs. Let me tell you something right now. You see how I priced this shoe at $1 million? That's because if you don't have $1 million, you shouldn't be worried about NFTs. Point blank, period. You shouldn't be worried about NFTs. What you should be doing is learning how to trade stocks. learning how to buy crypto. The reason why you want to do that is because in 30 years from now, when stuff like this, the US dollar is no longer the primary currency of the world, you are going to wish you bought into Bitcoin. You are going to wish you believed in a new form of currency. Listen, there is a reason why there's a war going on right now in Russia. It's a reason. Okay, maybe NATO and all of that has something to do with it, but this is the most important reason why there is a war going on, because this is an American dollar. This American dollar is the most important currency in the world, and it's losing value. It's losing value. And if you have any cash like this in your house, in your pocket, in your wallet, in 20 years, it's going to be worth half of the amount that you have today. So if you have $100 in 20 years, it's going to be worth $50. Why does that mean anything to you? Because you're in 2022 and you're not in 2042. I'm going to tell you exactly what it means. You could take the $100 that you have right now and turn it into $1,000 right now, today. You can do that. There is absolutely possible. And if you don't know how to do that, make sure you hit me up in the DM, man. That's the whole premise behind this show. We teach you how to take money that you've made or earned and turn it into more money. Yes, we want everybody in the world to be following us. However, what's more important to me personally is to make an impact on you and for me to see you in real life and be like, yo, I did this with the advice that you told me and it worked. Listen, I have people right now, I've given them advice, right? On either the company that I work for or the companies that I previously worked for. And I told them, like, look, this is what you need to do. You need to be doing this. And they turn around and they're like, oh, yeah, you know what? It didn't work for me yet. And I'm like, it didn't work for you yet. It didn't work for you yet. But everything that I told you to do, I'm actively doing. And the only reason I'm telling you to do it is because I know what's on the other side of the mountain. So as long as you're able to kind of stick it out, hold true to what you are. And listen, when you are investing, don't invest money that you need today. Don't invest money that you need today. When you go to buy a pair of sneakers or you buy makeup or you buy food, whatever it is, that's not money that you need to spend. That is money that you need to deploy. You need to employ your money by deploying your money. It's huge. Looks like my brother Talib Bears just joined us. What's going on, my brother? How we living, man? I don't see you on the on the video. Everything.
Yeah. Now I got a bit of a situation going on over here, so I got to have the face up with the voices here.
Got it. You got a little bit of a situation. What kind of situation? You got a bad hair day? What's going on, my brother? The picture looks great, man. What's going on?
You feel me, brother? No, just a little messy, you know what I mean? Just had a long day today.
I hear that. So what you was doing? You was working, or what you had going on?
Yeah, just a lot of work today, a lot of running around.
Yeah.
Coming in, and I always want to commit to doing these podcasts, but at the moment, I would like to let the fans know and the people know and the community know that at the next podcast, you guys will be seeing my face. Right now, just bear with mine and the avatar. You know what I'm saying?
Avatar is
Right
great
here.
though, my brother. The Avatar is great. What you drinking on? You sipping on anything?
Actually, you see, I ain't even sipping on nothing yet, brother. I didn't even get to that.
Hey man, I could have guessed that you wasn't sipping on nothing because you ain't snapping out right now over the audio right now. You heard me?
You feel me? I ain't had nothing in my cup. I might have had a little bit of water. People, People of the fine community, make sure you have more than at least 3 glasses of water throughout the day. At least three. Commit that to
At
yourself.
least.
Hunnit K only promotes a healthy lifestyle. So from us to y'all, 3 glasses of water.
Let me ask you something, my brother.
It's the word.
Are you buying NFTs? Are you big on NFTs at all? Just kind of curious.
See, now I was listening to you and I heard, a lot of what you were saying.
Hmm.
I personally wouldn't buy an NFT just yet.
Okay. Why is that?
Only because I'm not a creator of the NFT.
So you wouldn't buy an NFT because you're not the creator of it?
I would rather create an NFT
Hmm.
and make it so popular, or the idea of it be that popular that people are bidding for it
Yeah.
versus the other way around. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with doing it that way. To
Yeah.
each his own. Some people have made millions
Hmm.
off of doing it that way. So I wouldn't want anyone to change their route because I'm saying what I'm saying.
Got
I'm
it.
saying
Got it.
that I would rather be the creator of the NFT, just like the people who were buying the NFTs from the creators themselves. So, if I ever dabbled into that realm, I would rather be figuring out, well, yo, what
You
would
would
people
you
want?
would rather create the NFT than versus like somebody just like you buying the NFT off of somebody else where the creator of
Exactly,
that NFT makes
exactly.
more money off of you. Okay.
I want my brain to be working on, like, yo, what will people want to buy? What will people want to flip a bunch of
Hmm.
times in art and say, no, look, this is this, and I got it, and be so hype about it. And that's why I wouldn't get into it with buying it, but
Mm,
creating them, hell yeah, being a creator behind it, or
yeah.
like being at the table with people that, yo, what ideas would you? I would rather be at the table coming up with ideas.
So let me ask you this. Would you ever put one of your songs up as an NFT?
Yes, because it's a different lane of money already,
Okay.
and now they're creating other avenues to work with it. So if you ever wanted to make NFTs more popular than it was already, add add being able to, like, Chris Brown is doing it already. You know what I'm saying? So
What do you
add
mean?
being
Putting
able,
like making music as an NFT?
yeah. He
Mm,
created the, like the Chris Brown verse or something like that.
okay.
I had briefly saw it, so don't quote me on anything. And any of the Chris Brown fans, don't y'all come for my head. But yeah, I know that he did start. He's starting a metaverse, and he's working on music that is like within the NFT universe.
Forget about that. Would you make your any of your music personally an NFT?
Yeah, why not? Why not? What's the worst that's going to happen if it's a single? Why not? Why it's If you're already experimenting with NFTs already, why wouldn't you experiment with that?
Okay. Let me ask you this. If someone approached you, right, and
Right.
said, listen, I want you to buy this NFT, it's going to be worth however much money later on down the line, would you believe them? What would you need to do to kind of get on board with someone approaching you like that?
I mean, they would have to have a track record of being able to. It's no different from being down at Wall Street
Okay.
when there's a good algorithm, or you want to follow that for however how long it's going to be until you get caught up and then you jump onto the next thing.
Okay. I could see
So I
that.
would, yeah, so I would say it kind of falls within that realm.
Okay. So let me ask you this. What information do you need to put your money behind an NFT that someone else has created?
I thought it's his profile. Like, oh, word, you made millions from this and can show me tangible facts. Yo, look at my account and this
Okay.
is where it's from. If you can show me that and then show, because the money has a trail all the time. And if you're showing me actual facts like Wolf on Wall Street, that
Mm-hmm.
famous scene when they're sitting in that diner, and he says, if you show me a check for, if I'm not mistaken, 97,000, maybe it was $60,000, I'll
Mm-hmm.
quit my job right now and work
Oh
for you.
yeah,
Without
yeah.
seeing the office, without seeing your secretary, without seeing any of
But
that.
he saw the money trail, right?
Right. He saw the money trail, and that was enough to to
Right.
to bet everything on it, to let his boss know, hey, I quit. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. And he had a wife,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know if he had a kid, but he had a family. And he
Yeah.
put that all on the line because there was a money trail, there was proof, and it worked out well for him, I guess. But that's what I would need, to put my money on top of that, like that.
Okay.
Now,
Let me see. Let me ask you this.
mhm,
Let's say you do have a family, right?
right.
Let's say you do have, people who depend on you every single day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you had $100 to your name, okay?
Copy.
And you had a decision to make, right? You
Mm-hmm.
either give your family $75 so that they can enjoy an experience, and all of y'all can enjoy an experience together for $75.
Right.
Or you could, and we were talking about it earlier, employing versus or spending money versus deploying money. So $75, you could pay for a nice experience for your family
Mm-hmm.
versus deploying $50 in terms of sending $50 out there so that way you could bring back more money. But your family would have to technically suffer. They could eat, they still had the roof over their head, but they wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be able to get that experience that they were craving. What would you do in that particular scenario?
In that particular scenario,
Yeah.
hmm. Well, be honest, be honest.
Yeah. Answer very, very honestly. Don't answer what you think other people want to hear.
No,
Answer.
no, no. And that's the thing. That's what I love about these podcasts, is that I'm supposed to be honest. And
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to tell everyone in the Lingo universe, in the YouTube universe, if you don't like what I'm saying, I respect you for that. I don't hate
Yeah.
you for that. I value your opinion. I value your argument against me. And with that being said, oh shucks, man, it's
Got a decision to make, my brother. You either spend $75 with your family and you have them experience a nice experience that they're craving and been asking you for, or you take 50 of that $100 that you have and you deploy it so that way you can make that money make you more money. What are your thoughts?
you know what, bro? I don't think the family would be mad at peanut butter jelly sandwiches for a while.
Well, this is the thing. They're eating fine. The $75 is just so that they can go on, let's say, and I'm really, really narrow. I'm
I'll
really,
be
really
all right, bro. I'll put
scaling
the
the
whole
money
then I'll put
there.
the whole thing on it. I'll put the whole thing on it. If the family's eating fine, like you said, there's food in the cabinet, and it was
Mm-hmm.
just, yo, we go next week, y'all. We go
Mm-hmm.
next week, but this week I'm putting it on this.
And why would you do that?
Because you you stated that my family was in an environment and they were good. They're eating.
They're
If my
perfectly fine,
family
healthy. They have a roof over their head. They're eating.
more
They
than
don't want
enough,
for nothing.
that's more than enough to wanna take your household to the next level. Now, I
Okay.
would understand if you said the kids ain't ate in a while. Your wife's not working. She's in the hospital, and you're taking care of her mother. And you didn't eat in a few days because you're trying to give whatever's left to the kids. And your boss just gave you a raise of $100, and he also told you about a good deal with what you could do with that $100. As a poor man, you got to go take care of your family and figure out how you need to do better. But
Yeah.
if your family is good and
Hmm.
eating and healthy
Hmm.
and there's money in the account, then it's your responsibility to say, you know what? In the changing world that we live in, investment is key. Investment is power. Why
Right.
wouldn't you invest in your family's future?
No, that's true. You said something that I wanna highlight as well. You said if your family is not, starving, they got food in the fridge, stuff like that, then you might even throw the whole thing on there. But the whole premise behind me asking you that question is because oftentimes you get people who talk about how they're struggling and what they are going through, but then they take for
Right.
granted some of the very things that are right in front of them where they can go into the cabinet or the refrigerator and get something to eat or drink. They can go out and do things with their friends and family. They can go and purchase things. And oftentimes we have people who say they're struggling, but then you go into their fridge, they got a full fridge, or they say they're struggling and they're eating out every day. So
That's a
I
fact.
mean, to
What
me, those two things can't be true at the same time. You can't be struggling and you're eating out every day. Those two, listen, if you are struggling and you're eating out at least twice a week, twice per week, 2 times every 7 days, you're not
right.
struggling. You're just mismanaging your money. That's just, listen, I know people who say it's a struggle, it's a struggle, it's a struggle. I definitely understand that, it's tough to make ends meet after bills and everything. But let me tell you something. If you got a fresh pair of these in your house, somewhere in your house, and you fix your lips to tell me you struggling, I'm gonna look at your closet and I'm gonna say, my God, you are a fly motherfucker. You are too
First,
fly to be struggling.
uh, if you got some Yeezys in your closet,
Oh,
you
yeah.
should be investing. If you got more than 10 pair of Jordans in your closet, you should be investing. And this is for
Yep.
them young kids too. You know why? Because you are already investing in the sneaker for the look. So why
Right.
wouldn't you invest in something that's going to bring you money back?
Right. Listen.
You know what I mean? When you have
Listen.
kids, an investment is dumb. Why would it
Hmm.
be so hard to make an investment in something that's going to be gratification for them and gratification for yourself?
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
that type of thinking starts early economic in your household. Now you got your kids talking to you like they back tellers. I would rather that versus them trying to figure out what's new in lingo. When new lingo is like, oh, I'm gonna say this cool and say that cool. No,
Yeah.
understand lingo is different. This lingo, I had you thinking smart and had your pockets fat. That
That's a
other
fact.
lingo, I had you mixed up, and that's why people also have to be aware of communication and how people talk and energy.
No, that's real talk, man. Listen, over here at the Talk That Lingo podcast, man, we are solution based thinkers. We don't think about the problems, we don't focus on problems. We assess the problems and then we focus on solutions. I want to ask you something else, my brother.
Yeah.
Why are there so many people who are willing to spend their money on arbitrary things
Right.
but they are afraid to invest in, let's say, stocks or anything. They're just afraid to invest. Talk to me about it.
Because it's easy. It's easy. Think about it like this, bro. And this is as easy as it is. When you walk into the store and you buy a jacket, it's in your
Okay.
hand. You feel
Hmm.
it. The safety of it is like, oh, it's on me, you know?
Yeah.
Especially once you're in the house with it.
Yeah.
I think people have this idea that once you put your money out there and investment, it's gone and it's you can't really get it back because it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it's the attachment of it.
Hmm.
It's my money. All right, we understand it's your money, but understand once you put your money in an investment, you can't fully look at it as your money
I
because
want to I want to stop you. I want to stop you right there because I think you are saying something that's very important that I just want to highlight, right?
Mhm,
Any any amount of money that you earn, and I'm not talking to you, Tali, but I'm talking to you, the viewer, right?
mhm.
Any amount of money that you earn was never yours and will never ever be yours. Because guess what? If you were to die today, that money will go somewhere else. If you never made that money before, that money would go somewhere else. So money is never actually yours. And I think you're saying something, Talib, that's very important where we have this possessive mindset where it's like, oh, I have this money. This is my money. This is my money. This is my money. I want to spend it how I want to spend it. I don't want to invest because if I invest, I can't spend it. This is mine. It belongs to me. But the
Mhm.
problem with the uh with that mindset, whereas the possessive mindset is that you are not even doing enough to say this is my money and I want to keep it. How can I keep it? You
Right.
are trying to possess it so that way you can give it to someone else. So it's no longer your money. Go ahead, Tali. My fault, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you not, bro. You never cut me off, bro. You only add more wise words. You know what I'm
That's true,
saying?
my brother.
You know, on that same note, just like you said, once people have that grasp of it, it's
Hmm.
just it's too hard
Yeah.
until they're either around people that, oh, okay, you did it, and oh, it's safe. Oh, and you're
Hmm.
seeing stuff being done, and then it's like, okay, well, let me do this then. So at at the same time, it's lack of education.
Hmm.
We can't blame people for of having a possession of money because, to be honest, people love possessing things.
True.
People love possessing things. Uh, whether it's down to your phone, or it's like, I got this money. Just love possessing things. So I would say people need to be more educated so that they can understand that what's being done to their money is going to be more helpful than them going out and just spending their money. We've
Hmm.
the African American community has only been taught to
Hmm.
spend, spend to keep
That's
up,
true.
to
That's
keep
true.
up since years to keep up and to look good. And if you don't have that good look, you don't have that value. People will make fun of you. Even if
Hmm.
you have to have tough skin to deal with the mean shit that goes on out there in this world. And and then that opens up a whole other door of things when we talk about this. So
Yeah. No, but I mean, even more specifically to the mindset, because it's like the whole premise behind this show was to not attack, but really address certain ideologies that we have, certain values that we hold, and I think you were touching on it as well, in the look of things. Like, people were just like, you know, they're willing to follow something that they like the look of versus something that will actually be of value in the real world later on down the line.
Right.
Like, case in point, you got people who don't necessarily understand stocks, which is totally fine. I'm not saying you need to get, I'm not saying stocks are the only form of investment. You can invest in millions of other ways, literally. But there
Mm.
are people who do not believe in stocks. But when they have people who are selling really, really good weed, they're willing to buy the really, really good weed. That's a part that I don't understand. You get what I'm saying? You got people who are like, look, this is something that I want to do. I want to do this. I want to do that. But when it comes to actually investing your money so that way you can have that money later on down the line, or even if you don't have it, someone in your family has it, your wife has it, your children have it, someone that you love, respect, or admire should be able to tangibly touch your work in terms of your money. They should be able to take some of the money that you've earned and
Mhm.
use it to make them more money. That we call that family wealth or generational wealth. Everybody wants to talk about generational wealth, but we're not willing to take generational steps. Look at, listen, I don't want to bring this up, but I'm gonna
Bring it
have
up.
to bring this up. When you look at Martin Luther King, one of Martin Luther King's main phrase was "I have a dream," and the whole premise behind him saying he has a dream is because he was seeing into the future. His dream was kind of like a time machine, and what he was dreaming of was so people that looked like him didn't have to go through what he was going through. So he had the foresight and the vision to say, look, yes, I do not want to go to jail today. Me personally, I don't want to go to jail. But what I have to do is I have to go to jail so I can make a point. I don't want to be here in front of all of these people and then get shot in front of all these people. But he had to go where he had to go and do the things he had to do so that way you and me, Talib, can be on this podcast, be on this internet, and say the things that we want to say. That was his goal. So he made a sacrifice, a personal and individual sacrifice for the greater good of our community. But for whatever reason, today we cannot come together as a community and think as one. That's our biggest issue right now. We cannot think as one, and we can't take that thought as one and see
Mhm.
into the future to better ourselves and our community. Go ahead, my brother. I'm gonna let you jump in there.
Nah, brother, you absolutely right. You absolutely right. But all of that stuff. We could all say, those who are educated on,
Mhm,
history in America, that, oh well, what the government did. Yeah, we get it. You know, Black
mhm,
fathers ripped from homes.
mhm,
History that was burnt, and I understand that. But it would be unfair to say that when we got to the Fred Hampton times and we realized that education was of the most importance, when we realized that they were actually killing the black men that were trying to have us financially ahead and financially stable, and making sure the black communities were thriving and actually put in this place of taking it from a low class to a middle class to upper class neighborhood. These
mhm,
are not that were only put on paper. We've done this,
mhm,
and I Oklahoma. I get what happened in Tulsa. saddens my heart that the hatred that the Caucasian
Tulsa.
Americans of that time had in their hearts felt to erase black excellence. But now, if you fast forward and now we have, certain rights and we're not slaves anymore, that same mentality is still there. And it's not fully there because, of course, we have black bankers that are coming together and turning into built super billionaire banks and are helping, black neighborhoods and communities. But all right, you got to go to that state over there and live over there in order to benefit from those fruits. Are you willing
Mm-hmm.
to everything you have over here because there's a black Wakanda 4 or 5 states away. And until some more money come and then they can branch out to New York City, we not gonna feel that yet. So
Mm-hmm.
so it's always been on the person, just like you said with Dr. Martin Luther King, R.I.P. Nothing but respect to you and your wife Coretta Scott and the whole family. He put it on himself to do what he needed to get done in order to help the next generation.
Mm-hmm. That's
Everyone
true.
else on themselves. And if we're doing it as a collective, then that's where you have a change and a shift. And oh, all right, this is what's hot. If we continue to say, you know what, selling drugs and moving pounds, and yeah, we got the gay whipping out the If we continue to push that as well, that's the cool way to make money, and that's what these young kids are going to want to do. They're not going to be in front of that computer for 8 hours a day, taking a few breaks in and out, and getting that money the right way, or the way that's going to put them in a financial situation where they don't have to be hiding and ducking from the cops and hiding from the ops.
Mm-hmm. That's real talk, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Some very interesting stuff right here in this podcast episode. We're coming up on an hour for sure. With that being said, my brother Talib, I appreciate you jumping on, man. I know you were off camera today, but yeah, definitely feel free to jump on that way anytime. You definitely do not have an obligation to be on camera, so I definitely appreciate you. I got some very, very fascinating stuff with my brother Talib coming. Talib, I'm gonna let you take it away and let the people know what's coming, what's out, and then what's coming up here shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can all do me a favor and go on my Instagram page at Really Red X. And that is spelled the way it sounds. At Really Red X. And go ahead and click that link in the bio. Make sure you drop a like and leave a comment. And most
Mm-hmm.
importantly, go ahead and hit that share button. And when you hit
Mm-hmm.
it, and make sure you keep 100K in mind, because there are other dope videos on it from other dope artists from 100K and the whole universe. And make sure y'all click like and comment on those other videos and share everything on that page. You know what I'm saying? Love is the
Mm-hmm.
only world that we can truly give for free. So make sure y'all give it in abundance.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely. Listen, love is free. Love is real. We actually gonna do an episode where we talking about all types of emotions as well, because I think that's important. And we're gonna classify, categorize, and we're gonna summarize all emotions that we feel, all emotions that we see out in the public. I think we should do that as well, Talib. So blessings to you, my brother, for show for show. I appreciate your commitment as always, all the time with everything. And if there's anything that I can do, let me know, my brother. But other than that, man, I bid you a great night, and I'll see you here shortly, my brother.
That's a fact, my brother. And I bid you adieu, and you and your family, your household, please have a
Sir.
blessed rest
Yes,
of the night.
sir.
Well, and I'll see y'all this weekend.
Yes, sir. Blessings, my brother. Blessings, my brother. Peace out to you, my brother. Peace and love, my brother.
All right. Amen.
Yes, sir.